Good morning, good morning. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. This is dead. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Isaac Hanan. Good morning, Yitzi Longer. Yitzchak Isaac Longer. Good morning, Shalom Schwarzberg. And let's begin. Sixth reading, Exodus 8:19 through 9:16. The fourth plague was the sudden attack of a mixed horde of wild animals. God had Moses tell Pharaoh that this horde would not attack the province of Goshen, where the Jews lived. So I think this is the first one that was not attacking the Yidden. That means that wasn't in Goshen. I guess because we already established that the attack on that the Yidden's that the Egyptians' God is not protected against it. Good morning, Yosef Yitzchak Cooperman.
Good morning.
You came. Okay. It's good to see you in the t-shirt. Probably means you're feeling better. You look like you're feeling a little bit better. Oh, no? You're still wearing a t-shirt?
Still, no, I was wearing
Okay. You know how it works? Now it's my turn.
Is this yours?
Yes. That was my turn, and Yitzi's after me, and you'll have your turn soon. You'll explain us all about it. How it's nice and warm in your room, and you're very thankful you have a heater.
Healthy distractions. It's smart to do this vein amin uvein amelcha gom shemos chas yates. God instructed Moshe to tell Paro, "I will make a redemptive, distinctive between my people and your people." I don't get what it means. I guess he's saying that he's gonna make difference between us and their people. So I guess we get good and they get bad or something. I don't know why we had to be the chosen ones from giving of the Torah, even though Hashem chose us from the beginning of the world, that he wanted the Jews to be his nation. He spoke to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, so that means that we were already with him for a very long time. Yeah.
Shalom.
Morning, everyone. Today's compliment day, so you're looking very happy. That makes me happy. I don't really have like individual things in my head right now. Yeah, so I was learning today. Just like he brought up like the Torah, and I had a question for the rabbi in the kollel, and he said that, and my question was basically that if the Torah was, right, like it was written, it was made before the world was created, and then so basically all the events that happened were pretty much written out before they even happened. That means like other meeting from the Eitz Hadas, like all the events were already written down. But then he said that it's like it's multi-dimensional, and it was a complicated answer. But yeah, if you have an answer for that yourself, then like to hear. And all right, next turn. Yes, you go ahead.
My room wasn't boiling this morning because Yosef David complained at 12 a.m. that he's boiling. He's like, yo, that's good. He's like, I'm opening the window. I'm like, no, you're not opening the window. So I had to lower it to like 7. I didn't even know how much I should lower it. So I wasn't boiling in the morning, unfortunately. Wasn't that? Mine wasn't that hot. It was warm. I want hot. Really 130. Dead. Also, what's it called? Last night I signed up for something called some people say and the Hertz thing. So I'm gonna rent the car in New York, so I'm gonna crash. Still thinking about it. I don't know if it's worth it or not. But it's cheaper than Uber or not. Yeah. But bye.
I must have missed the question. I didn't actually hear the question, so if you could repeat it, Sean, I'd appreciate it. What you read, Reb Yitzchak Isaac, the Samti Fidus Bein Amu Bein Amech V'Gemer. It says Hashem is telling Moshe to tell Pare that he's going to make a separation. You're going to be able to tell the difference between my people and your people. Yeah, there you go. So I hope that just makes it clear. That's what we read. It means that the mixed horde will go to the rest of Egypt, but not to Goshen where the Yidden lived, and it will be clear to everybody to see that there's a difference between the Yidden and the Mitzrayim. The most frightening facet of this plague was that the horde of wild animals attacked as a disorderly mixture rather than species by species. This anarchy and the terror it inspired are similar to what happened when the moral boundaries that keep society intact are breached. I always imagine this as, not always, but past few years, of like a tiger and a shark attacking,
I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard someone told me that the Jews were riding the animals or something. I don't know. That's what I heard. That the Jews were riding the animal. I mean, if that is true, then that is sick. Because I'd really love to ride a shark and a tiger and like defeat my enemies and yeah. There's a value in questioning the established moral of secular society, but this can only be done when we are firmly grounded in our commitment to divine values of the Torah. Only when we are clear about what value are authoritatively holy can we properly establish each element of secular culture and choose what we cooperate and what to reject. I can understand. Shalom.
Shalom.
So yeah, I was just like thinking. So first of all, like recently, I've been like last night, I had like 3 times I woke up after dreaming like vividly, like I've never dreamt before. Whatever, just I know it's a side effect of it's a good thing, I think. And my question is that basically, my question is on free will and on basically what is the purpose of like right like basically here I'll try to explain it. So if the Torah was written before, then Adam's decision was like premeditated, meaning that it was written out and that it was this entire sequence of events that as is written in the Torah, was going to happen regardless. That means that Adam really couldn't have done anything different than he did, because like I'm saying, we say that the Torah was written before, and the world is based off the Torah. So then, how come? Right, I don't know how to word it. I'm finding it hard to find the words to explain it, but yeah, like all those events that happened couldn't have been, like, they couldn't have gone differently if the world is based off the Torah. It's like a storybook. I'm saying it's written out before, and yeah, okay, pass.
Sorry, Isaac. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure the keys work. See if now the Slocum got 2 keys. If they lose both of them, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm probably gonna give them one, and just like, cause all the keys, whenever you buy this thing, everything is the same. All the keys, no matter what. Like all the keys, same. Yep. All I use the same key for both locks, and the new lock key also. Slocum ripped that thing open. Where should I put this, on the fridge or the freezer? Up to me. Still need one for that, and we're gonna still need one more. Yeah, so the Slocum are annoying. Yo, Sean, we heard there was a crash. Someone crashed into jets today. Yeah, last night. Like, they just like knocked down the fence. Right near the second gate, the one that we don't use. It's like, oh no. Someone crashed. It's funny. I hope Jets gets insurance money now, so they could fix up that gate. What do you get? Huh? From the car, whatever.
I think I understood the question, Shalom. And I remember, first of all, I think that this question is asked on Stump the Rabbi, so you can check it out. You should check it out. And I, if I remember correctly, the idea is that even though the Torah existed, it didn't exist the way that we are reading it right now. That means all the inner dimensions of the Torah, the deeper concepts and all that kind of stuff, all existed, and basically there's 2 different concepts of the Torah. There's the Torah how it is before it's getting brought down to this world, and then there's the Torah how it is applicable to this world. And basically, that's the Torah that we have now, is a Torah with all the history and stuff, and that's the way that it played out, and therefore it's written in that way. So obviously it's difficult to understand, because what's if it played out a different way, which is a good question, which is a different question that's about the freedom of choice, which I think we've discussed in the past, and it's not a new question. Is a big is an established point already about the freedom of choice. But the point that the Torah, it has basically two ideas. One is how it exists in its original state, and the second is how it's given to us.
When we embrace this,
It's yours.
it's essential distinction between holy and unholy values. It is easier for us to enhance our connection with God. 6, which was Slichos, volume 11, page 32 through 33. I mean, sometimes whenever we like see stuff, we think that, I mean, most of the time we think that most of the time stuff are holy and stuff aren't. Like, by learning, we know it's holy. By watching a video, we know it's not holy, but we want to do it. Sometimes we think that learning is unholy because most people would think that they would rather be watching something that's much better than reading the Torah, but they'll think that watching a video is much holier because they'll get something out of it. But I mean, it works both ways. So.
Shalom.
I start off every minute with like a long drawn out and then I start speaking. Always happens. It's a filler. That's what it is. So I shouldn't have empty space. Forgot what I was gonna say. I think it's because I'm lying down, like the position of my head like facing upwards. It's definitely affecting the way I'm thinking. So just thinking about like the fact that I am alone right now in my room, but I don't feel alone. And it's just I don't know, it's just interesting. Like I feel like I'm with someone, even though I'm not. Physically with someone. Yeah, see, that sounds pretty crazy. That the fence got knocked down. And yet see there's I think everything has a good and bad in it. Even seemingly things that might seem perfectly good could be used for bad, and seemingly things that there's some things that can't be used for good, and there's some things that are just pure good and they can't be used for bad. They just don't have that energy. But most things fall into a middle category where they're where they could be used for either.
Thank you very much, Shalom. Yeah, I just like no one even realized it. Like the van just drove past it, and on the broadcast, we see all like posts a picture and like, yeah, the fence just got knocked down, and that's what happened. So it was like a red car. Like the thing I'm wondering is, there's a new fire thing, like fire hydrant. I'm wondering if he knocked it down and they already put a new one. What? Or they replaced it and then this happened. Cause on the picture, I can't like, cause if they knocked it down already, they put it up and ready. Like it's funny, like they can't even fix the streets, but they put up a fire hydrant within 2 minutes of a car crash. I think it's also because of public safety, like they by law, I don't know, whatever. It's funny. Like, it's like everything, like something gets knocked down, it's already up. Yeah, it's crashes. Probably the guy was probably drunk. That's a good thing. But the bad thing is he's driving. So, if you know anyone who's driving to LAX on Wednesday around 11 a.m., I want to tell me so I can need to get in touch with them.
Healthy distinctions. Some people being Ami test. God instructed Moses to tell Pharaoh, I will make a redemptive distinction between my people and your people. So I believe it was the Frierdiker Rebbe before he became Rebbe, but then basically the Chassidim were sitting there and discussing different political views and which one went according to Torah. And they had a different discussion. Then he walked by and then they asked him, so what do you think? Which one goes according to Torah? And he said, the good and truth in each one goes according to Torah, and the other aspects in each one doesn't go according to Torah. So, meaning that there is a mixture. I mean, I really like this because I've been trying to say this message for a long time about, seeing the difference in the moral boundaries of society. What do we consider acceptable, right, and okay? And which subjects are more taboo and unaccepted. And according to Torah, when does life begin?
Life begins when someone's born, and every day is when the life begins. I think they did replace the fire hydrant because in the picture that they sent, it looked like that the fire hydrant was out. Um, I think there's a few pieces of fire hydrant near us on the grass. I think. Um, the so weird how like most of the time people don't know what's happening. Like what happens. Like no one notices stuff until someone says something. Um, like there was there was a few people that were here already earlier at 3 in the morning, and I guess they saw it happen or something. I don't know, but I mean, most of the time, stuff that have to get fixed right away. Most of the time, it doesn't.
Well, I know that the thoughts during relations definitely have an effect on the child, so that means that there's already life over there, but it's obviously, yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that the life has when it's already being formed, as a fetus or whatever, like early in the stages, definitely it definitely has a soul already, at least for Jews. So I would think it starts at a very early stage. So I'm just assuming this is the talk about like abortion. This is that conversation. And yeah, Yitzi, that's why I think it's always good that people talk about like the things they're thinking about. Not always, but it's good to communicate because we all see the world differently. We're experiencing the exact same things differently. Like, you know, ask everyone that went to an amusement park, ask 5 people like how was their experience. They'll all give you different accounts, but they were all in the same place. But um there's always a different perspective that we don't see because we can't see everything because we're not God. And when we, yeah.
Yep. I'm just thinking about something. Yeah, myself personally. Look, I think I don't even know what I'm talking about. But Yitzi, when I saw the picture, there was the thing that's covering the fire hydrant was still on it, was there. So I don't know, maybe. But it looks like the picture was taken like after like the media thing happened, because everything was if it was right after it happened, maybe you'd see lights and all that stuff. It's crazy. It crashes happen, driving. Yeah, thinking about it like last night, I was signing up for USAA and Hertz, so I can rent cars without an underage fee. Like, seeing like I better not get in a crash like this. That would be like my whole life. Well, my like maybe not even 1% of my earnings. I mean, not my earnings. Of my of all my money going to Hertz. Now, like, yeah, it's crazy. People got to learn how to drive. Like, especially so, and people need to stop drinking and driving. I don't think I've ever drank and drive.
The most frightening facet of this plague was that the horde of wild animals attacked as a disorderly mixture rather than species by species. This anarchy and the terror it inspired are similar to what happens when the moral boundaries that keep society intact are breached. So, yes, we live at this time. And yes, I was speaking about abortion because we know that it's considered a baby even before it's born is considered a life. And in fact, it could even be considered a murderer, a roidif. A roidif is a murderer. That it's possible for the baby to be considered a murderer, and then the mother is allowed to do an abortion if it's dangerous for her. So it's very, very crazy how much human. I mean, it's not crazy. I guess it makes sense. How human we consider unborn babies. But what's interesting is, right? Because you could hear this. Ben Shapiro speaks about this a lot. But my question is, like Shalom was saying, why at conception? Why does life start at conception and not before that? Because according to the Torah, you shouldn't either ejaculate. Shalom?
My head's all over the place. I'm like trying to follow a bunch of different conversations in my head and things I want to say. What should I say? What should I fill this minute with? This time with? I'll give it another round. Pass.
You think you're good at catching? Yeah, is it funny? Like just like hiring someone to go into Sean. Yo, the delayed reaction, like the was funny. Like how delayed it is. And like it just threw it, and then 20 seconds later.
5 minutes left.
Yeah. No, just sit down and listen. No.
Yes, Isaac.
No.
Come, I invite you.
I'd love you to join the whole thing, not just the last 5 minutes.
Okay, my class already finished. I don't want to waste it.
Just let him.
I don't think it's beneficial. You want to join? Join. I say my piece. I don't fight with people. I
won't disturb.
I told you what I think.
It's my turn? Yep. Okay. So, yeah, what was I saying? See, now I see Sean realized it. Like a few seconds later, so like I want to do is throw it and then in Sean's room hire someone to like stand in Sean, wherever Sean is, just throw a bottle to see if he catches it. Like because I threw here, he did whatever. It's funny, like also.
There's value in questioning the established morals of secular society, but this can only be done when we are firmly grounded in our commitment to the divine values of the Torah. If I'm going to start going into seeing what the values of the world is, and I don't have my own set values, which are the Torah's values, which come from Hashem, so then I guess I could get mixed up into it, and I could use my biased mind to decide what is right and wrong. Biased as in like I want things and therefore I have an animal soul and desires for things, and if I could justify it, my justification capabilities are absolutely amazing, mind-boggling capabilities, and by me just using my own moral compass, I can come to very twisted conclusions. However, having a divine compass, moral compass, which is basically based on the Torah, based on Hashem, what Hashem gave us, so then I'm able to check out how does it work in the world. what is the right thing, what is not the right thing, and you can speak about all these morals. For example, could someone abort a baby? Is that considered murder, or is that considered nothing? Gay marriage.
Uh, like someone chewing ice in your face. Um, um, I don't know what to say.
Yitzi, speak about you hitting the gym. All those gains. What's in that box over there? There's a massive box like taking up a nice portion of the screen. Table? Yeah, you said about um justifying our own actions, and like there's a lot of like power there. Like we're able to justify it so much that it makes sense. And I think that if I'm able to do that with other people and justify their actions and beyond even judgment, but like justifying their actions and not being basically, you know, as if those actions were mine, and obviously not like encouraging negative action, but definitely not making someone feel bad about their actions is something that I can definitely do because I have that power to do it for myself, and it can definitely be used for the positive, like anything. Um, and that's all I have to say for now.
Yes.
What? Me. Yeah. Me. Just thinking about a way it could work. That I would get to LAX, rent a car, and the rental obviously will be whatever it is, and then what's it called again? But the Uber like not be more than pay like not more than $15 to get to LAX. So it's not crazy. Like maybe I might pay like $10-15 more, but like that's a decent amount. Like because we're on Thursday. This for next week, Wednesday, Thursday. I want to be able to when I'm flying. I want to be able to take my time, go a few places before I fly out. Isaac's looking at me like crazy. Isaac, say what you have to say.
I just like how you got stuck at the why exactly you need to rent a car day before you leave. Because I like to not sure what. Anyways, ums are good, by the way. Ums help you think. Ernesto, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
When we embrace the essential distinction between holy and unholy values, it is easier for us to enhance our connection with God. Basically, to know, there's a lot of motivational speakers out there and all the different kind of stuff. And I think it is important to know that what comes from a good place and what not. Yes, like saying, it depends if you live forever. If you live forever, then you behave differently. And that's what we are. We're living forever. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna pass so I can hear what Yosuke wants to say.
Ooh, Rabbi Yosuke, last minute.
Yosuke. Yosuke.
8 o'clock, right?
Let's go, Yosuke. You
Yosuke.
got to start. No.
All right, so Yasha Koyach, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful,
Koyach.
amazing, adorable, sweet, good day.
Wait,
And
hold on.
Shabbos. Shabbos.
But I want to shout out to Yosuke.
Have a great
Yeah,
day.
yeah.